it takes a strong person to volunteer themselves to do the jobs that we do. Since I turned 18, you know, I left the house and decided that I would try this rating out. I really didn't know what it was because the recruiter told me you will be operating office equipment and you'll be working a lot with computers. And that was very vague. Then I went to Google and it said that you will be operating a lot of office stuff. And I thought this will be easy, you know, this is simple. It's submarines and it looks like the job's not hard because there's not a lot on the internet about it. Perfect. Boy, was I wrong. Just to let you know. Yep. Because the rating, like I said, over the years will transform you. But back to the point. So I ended up going to boot camp August of 2011, the 22nd day of the month. When I first arrived, I was nervous, obviously. There was a lot of emotions going through my head, like, you know, am I gonna be able to actually make it all the way through? Because how do you know what you don't know, what you don't know, what you should know? Yep. So, went to the airport, said goodbye to my old life, and yeah, end of story. When I went to boot camp, I did cry, I'm not gonna lie. I'll own up to it. And I actually didn't shoot guns in boot camp because I actually cried while practicing shooting it. Yeah. Don't tell anyone I said that. Anyways. Time goes by and eventually I leave boot camp and I get orders to go to my A school. It's Meridian, Mississippi. Meridian, Mississippi. Ooh, I'll make that a different video. I'll go more into that one, but you don't learn even 5% of what submarine yeomans do there. Perfect. So then, skip Meridian, Mississippi. I go to sub school. That's about 3 months. I pass sub school in Groton, Connecticut, and finally we're here. I'm about to report to my first boat, and I'm excited because I got orders in hand. And they tell me I'm going to Hawaii. So I'm all like, yes, I'm going to Hawaii. This is perfect, right? Ah, man, paradise. You know, because I used to live in Hawaii, you know, I was born there. So I'm like, man, I'll be a lot closer to home, I'll tell you what. But then, I didn't know this, but just because your orders say Hawaii doesn't mean you're going to Hawaii. The boat actually shifted its home port to New Hampshire. So I wasn't going to Hawaii. Next thing I know, I am preparing to, you know, transfer. I decided, you know what, let's get it over with. I'm not going home on leave, which is vacation after you graduate from sub school. They give you a little time off. I said, nope, I'm just going straight to my submarine. So I ended up going to my submarine, which was currently in shipyard because they were being worked on. They were tearing it apart and putting brand new parts so that they can be fully functional in the future, like brand new again. They're refurbishing the whole inside. So then I go there and my first day was a little unusual, only because I'm thinking, man, like, my submarine's like not even in the water, yo. Like, it's like in this giant thing called a dry dock, and it's basically like a casket for a submarine. Like, the submarine is all gutted out because they're replacing parts and stuff on it, and you're like, dang, so this is what it is, huh? So they give me a hard hat. They give you what you call a sea dad, and he's in charge of you. He's generally someone from your division, and my C dad, man, YN2, great guy. He was teaching me the ropes, and he was really showing me, you know, what it takes to be a yeoman. And first day, like, he was walking me through, you know, what the boat's supposed to look like, and showing me like the barracks, where I'm gonna stay. And I just remember feeling like a little overwhelmed, because it's a lot, you know, for an 18-year-old to leave home, and then like now you have to be an adult and, you know, have military bearings, show up to work on time, brush your teeth, cut your hair, do all that stuff. So cool. After that, I remember thinking, meeting these yeomen is the next like step in really finding out what this job's about. So I'm just analyzing, figuring out what's going on, and there's folders everywhere all over the desk. They're all running around in chaos, and it's not what I assumed from the Google search. I thought it was gonna be simple, but everyone's running around with it like a chicken with its head cut off, you know, just door shutting, yelling for people to come in the office, to close out admin actions, and like, it's chaotic. It's chaos. That's all I can say. And there were 3 of them. There was a YNC, a YN2, and a YN3, and I tell you what, like, that chaos eventually made me who I am today. I got used to the chaos. Call me Mr. Chaotic. There we go. YNC was such a great guy. He gave me his longboard, actually, which is pretty awesome. So I had a pretty great division from the start. So I wasn't bad. The working hours were late. Let me put that out. So initially on the job, you're given a qualification card, and it's like you have basically 6 months to a year to qualify submarine warfare, and you have to get all these checkouts, which means going to different people on the submarine with different jobs and getting knowledge factors signed off. You have to read, study, and then you have to go to them and they ask you questions about it, and if they feel that you have the suffice knowledge, they will sign your qualification card, and after you get your whole qualification card signed, you are then Submariner. Perfect. So quals, and then they go into giving you not only like submarine warfare qualification, but you have to get ready for the submarine to one day go out to sea. So they give you an at-sea qualification watch, and my qualification watch was helms and planes. That's driving the submarine. I was on an older submarine called the Los Angeles class. So, you know, most junior guys on board who don't go to the boat as an actual rating that's attached to a submarine, meaning like a sonar operator or a torpedo man or a machinist mate, you know, those guys have actual systems on board that are submarine. Yeoman do not. We don't have any systems that belong to us whatsoever. Not even the printers belong to us. They belong to what we call ITSs. So, yeah. They give you your at-sea watch station qualification card, and then after that, you have to qualify while you're learning admin. So when you first show up on board, they may ask you, you know, why you're qualifying, because once again, a submarine is like very small. So that means that they're gonna have extra duties for you to do because the crew is also small, so like they can't fill every duty. So you may go what they call the galley, and you're gonna like wash plates. You're gonna clean, they call it cranking, you're gonna clean plates, and you're gonna work with the culinary specialist, CSS, culinary specialist submarines, as temporary duty while you first show up on board. So I had to do that. It's not too bad, but you know, that's smashing trash and sending it off to sea on a submarine. You're touching a lot of trash. It's something you don't have to do like in other ratings in the Navy, but it's something submarine specific to do because everyone is required to. So if you don't like getting your hands dirty, then yeah, that might not be what you want to get into then. Let's see. And so on. I qualified helms and planes, drove the Submarine later on in the future. But I want to talk about what it felt like being away from home, because it's a culture shock. And the Submarine Force is way different than any other community in the US military, even in the Navy. It's very unique. I'm gonna hint, very unique. You'll never experience an environment or a culture like submarine culture, because it takes a strong person to volunteer themselves to do the jobs that we do. That's why this channel is called YNS Warrior. Well, that's my experience. It's not bad, you know, but just think, it's a culture shock. And it's different from every other community that you'll possibly get to look at if you do other ratings in the Navy. So thank you for watching my videos. Once again, if you want more, I post a video every single day. Sometimes I do twice a day, just to keep up with all the demand, because all you guys are asking for these videos. So I want to keep up with demand, you know what I'm saying? I'm a businessman at heart and a YNS warrior, so I believe in my supply and demand motto. If you guys keep on biting, I'm gonna keep on supplying the food. Alright, there we go.